Ripple's got a new partnership that you need to know about. We'll talk XRP price at the end, along with the SEC bailing on yet another case. Bitcoin fear hitting its lowest level since 2022. The market rebounding.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
We got lots going on this Thirsty Thursday, so let's get right into it. Your comments come first. Hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Maybe I'll share it beginning in the next video. SWH5619 says, I don't know. I feel like with all the great things going on around crypto that this is artificial. Doesn't make any sense. Also, Trump is not going to let the economy stay down, so it'll come back up. Some of you out there are having a lot of problems with the recent market corrections. We've talked about the reasons why and what you can do about it. Dave Herthington says, well, Klaus, you've reeled me in. The only crypto channel I'm subscribed in. Best channel going. Keep laughing at the choo-choo bitches. Brilliant. Well, thank you, sir. I'm so close to 40,000 subs. Trying to get there. Help me out. If you haven't, hit that sub button down below. Benjamin Shoop says, we need more news on what U.S. government regs actually accomplished each day. Supposedly, the lack of regs is what's holding institutions back. How much progress are we actually making each day? Benjamin, that is a great question because we know the United States is slow AF. It's like steering the Titanic. We see the iceberg, but I don't know. We won't hit it, even though it's right in front of us. Bitcoin's in at 85,764. ETH is 2332. XP at 220. We're going to talk price wise. Now, you see some green up on the screen, but it's not the green that we need. We need a lot more than this. This is not helping us at all. All right. Bitcoin sentiment hits 2022 lows as the fear and greed index falls to 10. It did. It got as low as 10, and it is right now sitting at 20. So there is still massive amounts of fear on the street. The index, which measures market sentiment, fell from 49 last week, neutral, to 10 today, signifying extreme fear. This publishes the metric. Extreme fear is often an indication that investors are overly concerned about the goings-on in the market. However, analysts remain divided. While some have referenced historical data showing extreme fear often precedes rebounds, others like BitMEX, Arthur Hayes, have cautioned that Bitcoin, the largest crypto out there, could drop as low as 70,000 before stabilizing. If Bitcoin hits 70,000, you're talking like $1.50, $1.60 XRP. You're talking XLM below the 20-cent mark. Sol getting close to touching $100 again. I don't know. Do you want that? Do you got the dry powder for it? Would you be worried about liquidations? Good news from the SEC is they closed their investigation into Gemini. Awesome. The Winklevoss twins will be happy. According to Cameron Winklevoss, the co-founder of Gemini, the U.S. SEC has officially closed its investigation in the exchange without pursuing any enforcement. The investigation lasted almost 700 days, with the SEC issuing a Wells notice 277 days before they dropped the case. All right, let's be real here. If it takes you 700 days to decide if you want to pursue action into a company, then all you're doing is trying to screw that company over. The decision comes amid a series of similar developments, including the withdrawal of the SEC lawsuit against Coinbase and the closing of investigations at OpenSea, Robinhood, and Uniswap. This is good, and don't worry. Once we find out what happens with Kraken, then we'll see what's happening with Ripple and XRP. The SEC's retreat has also sparked discussion about the broader impact of its regulatory approach on crypto. Winklevoss accused the agency of crippling crypto businesses, costing many tens of millions of dollars in legal fees. It's not just the legal fees, but they slowed down the development of the products, and a bunch of talent, right? A bunch of crypto talent left the United States. They estimated as many as 1 million jobs left the United States because of the SEC. I've got Cameron's tweet right here. It's linked in the description below. A bit lengthy. You're welcome to read it. It's about 5 minutes long. All right, Ripple strategic partnership. Good news here. Ripple strategic expansion, major crypto custody partnership in South Korea. We've seen Ripple focus a lot on custody, right? They're focusing on stables, they're focusing on custody, they're going after the bigs. Ripple has entered into a key partnership with BDACS to enhance institutional crypto custody services. According to Ripple, this collab is designed to bolster and secure management of XRP, RLUSD, and other assets. The partnership aligns with South Korea's regulatory roadmap, which promotes institutional participation in cryptos. The Financial Services Community, the FSC, is actively working on frameworks for institutional entry into the market. So they need some custody, right? They want to make sure stuff stays safe. We've been looking at the Bybit hack. Custody, it's a big deal, everyone. Ripple's president, Monica Long, noted that the adoption of digital assets by institutions in South Korea is accelerating. We also saw that the South Koreans were the ones that that bought the dip the last time we got to that sub $2 mark. This is from Ripple. Today we are partnering with BDACS to expand institutional crypto custody. BDACS Korea will use Ripple custody to provide secure infrastructure for XRP, RLUSD, and other assets supporting institutional adoption, XRPL growth, and Korea's evolving regulatory landscape. All right, volume. 153 billion. Exchanges are making money. Fear and greed, we're sitting at 20. Right now, 25 out of 100, which means we're what? Means we're BTC dominant right now. Overall look at the market. Yeah, we did rebound some of those market cap lows from yesterday, but you can see we're back on that downward trend. A lot of players out there thinking we got more pain to come, with macros being a big problem and other situations developing like tariffs, trade wars, and so forth being a big problem as well. XRP is hanging out at 219 right now. I've got the 7-day chart up on the screen to kind of show you what the movement looked like yesterday, the day before, and going in today, and you can see it, okay? We got to some lows, 207, 205, no big deal, but we couldn't push it back up and hold it. I mean, we did get to that 233, 235 mark, but look, we couldn't hold it. Now we're struggling to hold that 220 mark. Let's go to those candlesticks and see. But before we go to them quick, look at the XRP Korean won pairing. Look at the volume on that. 645 million. They're paying a slight premium for XRP at 222. But let's take a look at those candlesticks. We're going to swap it on down to the 15-minute because I want to show you everything that happened in the last few days. Okay, look at this low. So we rebounded from the low, which is good. But the problem is the rebound couldn't hold. And in fact, we pushed it back down to 215 right here a couple times. Couldn't get north of 225 and hold it. So my zone for today is very tight. I want 210 on the low end. I want 230 on the high end. Essentially, I want to see which way is XRP going to break. A lot of people out there thinking, yo, we've got further downside. And I got to be honest with you. As much as I'm optimistic about the future of things with Ripple, XRP, and the crypto community, trust me, I'm happy that the SEC closed yet another investigation into an exchange. 700 days without actually going after them. That's fucking stupid. That is gross abuse of power. So we've got a lot of good stuff, but the macros, the trade wars are right now ruling the roost. And all eyes in crypto and global markets are going to be on CPI data coming up here in about 2 weeks. So will we have positive news to rally us until then? Got to be honest with you, unless we hear something about the case directly involving Ripple, the SEC, and XRP, I don't think we're going to get the fuel to do it. Will we find something out before CPI data? It is going to be super close. Remember, you got the Kraken case first, and then you got the Ripple case after that. But right now, we're sitting here thinking, yo, 250, not a chance. So now the strategy looks more like buy zone fund, doesn't it? If you believe in the long-term prospects, then buy zone action is where we're going to be heading. Because I know a lot of you out there, when I asked you about a month ago, would you want $2, sub $2 XRP? You were like, yeah, I'll take the pain as long as it means I could buy some of that dip. Well, the way the charts are looking right now, we're definitely not holding 280. We're definitely not holding 270 or 250. We're struggling around the 220 mark. So be ready because the market could flash us some red and you could see $2 XRP up on the screen instead. All right, so again, more good news with the SEC, but it's not helping the price. Yeah, because of your comments that you mentioned in the beginning. How fast are we going with the regs? The market doesn't believe that the United States government is working fast enough to make this stuff happen. I gotta be honest with you. The United States government isn't working fast enough at all. In fact, it appears that they're going to have stablecoin regs done first, which would then what? Would help out the stables, but then would mess up the rest of the market. And players are waiting for the regs. I've done several stories now about banks saying, yo, it's illegal for us to buy crypto. Once it's legal, we'll get into it. Meanwhile, you've got other places buying crypto. So is it legal or is it illegal? It's all up to the people out there and how they're viewing the rules. That's how messy of a situation we have. So now, poop sandwich. But buying opportunity if you're ready. For those of you out there that got sacked, that got the marbles, that don't mind losing money based on high risk, you definitely could buy and start bringing down your DCA, especially if you've bought some of these recent dipperonis that I got up on the screen. Well, the screen I'm looking at. Now, we are getting close to 40,000, so help me out and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We're about 150 subs away with 2 days left on the news. You know I'm going to keep bringing it to you, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad, and today's a mixed bag. The SEC closes an investigation. We got a lot of greed. We got a lot of fear when it comes to BTC, which is leading to a hopeful greedy rebound. But right now, the macros aren't looking juicy. CPI and the Fed are going to be taking center stage over these next 2 weeks. And of course, what everyone? Choo-choo bitches.